Hey there, my name is Clyde Valentine, Head of Growth for QualityLogic, and today I'm going to step you through the code that our TestNitro service produces. TestNitro is an accelerated test automation service where we build out coverage rapidly and then each month maintain those tests, add new tests to cover new features, and report discovered defects, all for a flat monthly fee. Historically, the options have been to either engage engineers to build automation, which is high quality but costly and slow, or to use codeless tools, which are fast and cheap, but typically lower quality and harder to maintain. With our team, and thanks to a proprietary technology accelerator, we build and deliver code with the speed and cost savings of codeless tools, the quality of engineers, and no platform lock-in. Everything lives in your code repo and systems. Let's go ahead and dig into the packet. The two folders you will see initially are Playwright report and test data. Playwright report contains an HTML report of the test run, and test data contains the actual test code. We're going to start with the test code. We build automation out leveraging Microsoft Playwright, as it is currently the leading open source framework. It's highly maintainable and stable, supports features of modern web applications like iframes and Shadow DOM, supports parallel testing, and otherwise broadly supports high-quality, efficient automation practices. The programming language behind this is JavaScript. Looking at the individual test code itself, we build out the code utilizing the page object model pattern. It is a best practice in automation where each page and element on that page is abstracted into a page object. It's a representation of that particular page. Every test that then needs to interact with that element calls back to this page object. The value there is that whenever an element needs to be updated, it only needs to be updated once in the page object rather than in every single test that uses it. This makes maintenance very efficient. The other practice in place to improve maintainability is using resilient locator strategies. That is the way we're finding an element on a page. A less maintainable method for doing this is XPath, which is the process of finding an element by walking the DOM like a file path. The code is typically very lengthy, and the moment an element moves, the test breaks. Instead, we are able to use strategies like CSS selector, role, accessibility role, data test ID, and others. We are also able to chain locators together. The specific strategy that we use is going to depend on the way your application is built and what the best way is to identify a unique element. By building test code in this manner, we significantly reduce the likelihood that tests break due to changes in where elements are positioned on a page. The theme here is to really lower the long-term cost of ownership for automation and to make it as efficient as humanly possible to maintain. Anyway, into an individual test. You can see here that each test is calling back that individual page object and then acting upon it or asserting against it, thereby keeping the test efficient to maintain and easy to read. Other best practices we employ are dry, which is don't repeat yourself, and damp, descriptive and meaningful phrases. Our goal is to make code human readable and easy to traverse. The code present in this folder shows what I would describe as our current out-of-the-box styling and approach. It's really intended to be highly maintainable, time and cost efficient, and to support the broadest number of use cases across our clients. All code is the result of engineers using our technology accelerator, and that code is then human verified for accuracy and quality before delivery. Occasionally, though, we do have clients with specific requirements on code styling. To support this, we do have the ability to customize code for an additional fee, and we can collaborate with you on the estimated ROI if this fits your use case. With that all said, let's go ahead and take a look at the individual HTML report. It's going to be in the Playwright report folder, and it's going to be this HTML document right here, TestNitro report. So we'll go ahead and pull that up. The report shown on screen is the report from an individual test run. Reporting is entirely flexible, and while reports can be delivered in HTML format like this, they can just as easily be integrated with your CI/CD build system, reporting frameworks like Allure, analytics platforms like Datadog, or other systems as preferred, and we can help you set this up. To keep things simple, we're using the HTML format to show off the results. We have also, for the purposes of this demonstration, forced a test to fail. On screen, you will note that there are 3 tests which have been executed. Tests are filterable by which have passed, failed, were flaky, or were skipped. The date and time of the test run, as well as the time for the test suite to execute, is shown at the top, right here. Each individual test then also has the time to execute to the right. We can then drill down into an individual test, and let's start with a passing test. When we click in, we can see all of the individual test steps that were executed and the time taken, plus the code snippet if we expand the individual item. We'll now navigate back to the beginning. This time, let's click on a failed test. At the very top, we see the specific error highlighted and what the line of code was that failed. If we traverse the steps below, we can also see where that test failed in the overall sequence. Stack trace data and an attachment of the error context is also available below for download. Ultimately, how you leverage the service is entirely up to you. For some clients, we build the automated test suite and turn it over to them to maintain. For others, we provide that ongoing support, building and maintaining tests, reporting defects, and otherwise handling the automated testing so you can stay focused on building and shipping products. We're flexible either way, but want to show the quality of the code so you know exactly what goes into this and know that you're not assuming tech debt or dependencies if you decide to engage us. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch this demo, and if you have any questions at all, we are more than happy to answer.